You know I will. It's a comedy show all times.
I can shoot footage.
No, how you gonna shoot footage in your interview?
I thought you were doing this one by yourself, and I was just doing the drop, which I'm fine with.
No, we're a team.
You're so silly.
Pinky and the Brand.
Alright, this has been a really fun tour.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Besides the orgy.
Oh, yeah.
It's your boy Q with WTNT's 107.7 Q in the streets. I am so humbled to be sitting amongst two greats that I can say that are greats in the game right now. We have Ernest Dukes and we have the Jasmine Brand in the building. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, I'm excited. He just woke me up.
I'm like your energy though.
Yes.
I just, you know, when you do this, you kind of just shift into that mode. It just kind of just turns.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, this is one, like, I was fighting for this one. I was like, I don't care if I meet him in the streets, I'm coming where you at.
You don't want to meet me in the streets.
Oh, no, not like that. Yeah, I'm about to say, I seen your squad. I don't know if I want to meet you in the streets.
You don't, but
How's
I'm glad
it
we've
going?
been here though.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. So, what y'all got going on? Like, how's it been? I know I asked y'all, you know, where have you ate since you've been here? But what's on your to-do list while you're in Atlanta?
This tour, the Ernest Living Tour, that's on my to-do list. I'm trying to actually get something to eat, so if you could suggest or recommend something, you know, I want something that's not gluten-free.
We're in LA where everything is healthy.
Yeah, you know, LA some health nuts, so you gotta come to the South and eat that.
Pork and gluten, please.
Well, minus the pork, hold the pork, but I will.
Oh yeah.
But I will like greens, fried chicken,
beans, tomatoes,
catfish.
all that.
Yeah.
I'll take those.
Yes.
So for those you don't know, I know we're gonna get into Ernest in just a second, but to my surprise, we have Jasmine in the building.
I just popped up.
I know you.
I just tagged along.
It was a good pop.
I do that. I do that sometimes. My name is Jasmine.
Yes.
I'm co-owner of the entertainment site, thejasminebrand.com.
Yes. I'm
one of the people on Ernest's tour, and I'm really excited to tag along. This tour is so cool. I'll let you get into the tour, but I'm just really excited to be here, and I'm excited to be on this tour, and it's such a great it's a great place for people for millennials and people to learn about business and branding. And I don't want to get into it, but
we're gonna get into
I'll let you
but
go.
First of all, before we even get to any, like, congratulations on the tour. This is huge. The names you're pulling in.
Thank you.
You know, just the states that you're, like, huge. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So before we go to you, I'm gonna go to Jasmine, because I was like, okay, dang, let me jump in real quick.
Oh yeah, sure. All right.
So let's talk about you for a minute. When did you start your brand? Like, before media was like, you've always been.
I feel so old now. So I've had this site for like
seven to eight years.
Yeah, 7 to 8 years. I'm not sure when exactly, but I started as a hobby. I lived in DC at the time, and I wanted to. There weren't a lot of sites. There weren't a lot of blogs around. It was just me, and I wanted to. I've always been fascinated with how people are so obsessed with celebrities and pop culture.
Right.
So I decided to start a site, and I was like, well, what can I do differently? Well, I'll talk about celebrities, but I'll try to do it objectively.
So you choose not to have celebrity friends. Why is that?
Because it's not beneficial to my work.
Look who did his research.
Yeah. Well, which is surprising because I just popped up, so I don't understand how he had the question ready. But no, I don't have celebrity friends. It's not beneficial for my work. I can't do my job, and I didn't come in this business to have celebrity friends. I came in this business to be successful, and that includes breaking stories and writing things that celebrities necessarily don't want to hear about themselves. Or we report a lot of good stuff, like a lot of neutral things, but people pick up on things that aren't so pleasant. And if I had a lot of celebrity friends, they would be asking me to take things down. They would be feeding me stuff. I might get fed stuff, but you can't. I don't come to you and tell you how you run your business. So I would I would appreciate if you don't.
Yeah, I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you've been in the business so long and have outlasted so many other brands?
I think because number one, it's just not me. When I first started, it was just me. I was able to grow. I have an investor. I have a co-owner. His name is Meyer Fattle. We have a small team. We have writers and correspondents and videographers, so we were able to grow. Also, I feel like I'm super driven and I'm obsessed, and I have tunnel vision. I really have never been focused on what other people are doing, and I think that's really key in any business. I feel like you can't be really sidetracked with what other people are doing. And I've also been able to just keep going. You know, that's half the battle is like showing up and keep going. And it's one of those
you don't even feel like
when
it.
you don't. Yeah, and that's and the things happen when you don't feel like it. You know, it's easy to show up to work when you feel like it, but when you have a lot of things, and you know, when things going on for me in my life, my personal life, if I ever have drama, I've always just channeled that to work, right? So if I had a man that dumped me, or if I had some bullshit. Yeah, I've been dumped before.
What?
But I got dumped by this guy I was dating in LA.
What?
I never told you about this.
You dated in LA?
I did date a guy.
Was
in
it like
LA.
a public relationship?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not a public
He was probably gay.
sort of, but he I don't know.
Gay?
Nonetheless, you know, he used to work for Nicki Minaj. Actually,
He was gay.
Oh, that's definitely good.
So anyway,
He was a barber.
no, he dumped me, and I remember being so heartbroken, and I just would channel all of that. I'd be writing and crying, you know, like I would just channel whenever I was stressed,
This is news
depressed.
to me. I can't even see her crying.
You all in it.
Yeah, I would just channel that. You know, some people they shut things off, you know, and I've been the opposite. I always just channeled that with work or whatever. So I think like time, consistency, having the right team, listening to people. I'm not a business person. I didn't know how to bill anybody. Like people wanted to run an ad on my site, I would just calculate my bills, my mortgage, and like charge them that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't start the site to make money. I started it for fun.
Speaking of you being a business person, I know you had to make a huge decision when corporate made you choose between.
How did you find all this out if I just came like 10 minutes ago?
Baby. So, back to the question, you know, you having to choose between corporate and what it is that you do now, because they were like, okay, you can't represent what you do and be a part of our brand as well. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really that big of a it's not deep. It wasn't a big decision for me. I just think if anybody's
but that corporate money versus like, am I about to be out here and be an entrepreneur?
I wasn't thinking that far, because if I had thought that I'm gonna really be broke like this, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Because I never really enjoyed being broke. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I didn't have a plan. When they came to me with the ultimatum, I was just like, if there's anyone I'm going to bet on, I'm going to bet on myself. And I'm always been really afraid to miss a window of opportunity. Like, I feel like
that's
people
good.
have these windows.
And that's why I have to do my homework, because you never know this opportunity. You be like, you know, come here looking crazy. That's not there. They'll be like, I ain't rocking with you.
You have to be prepared to show up. You have to be prepared, and you have to show up. And you just prepare yourself so that when the opportunity presents itself, that you're
ready.
So
if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Exactly, and that really is just not a cute phrase. It really is like how people should live and operate in their business. But it really didn't require too much thinking. I remember telling my mom, and she was like, "Well, you want to? Can I give you a few months?" I was like, "No, I gotta go now." You know, I didn't have any money saved or anything like that. But it was a blessing in disguise. It was probably a move I needed to make, and I would not have quit my job in any other circumstance.
If you would have like had to plan it out, and you trying to step in and be God, like, no, I'm trying to do this, and you ever try to do your own thing.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to have my own business like that. So, yeah.
What is the biggest story that you think you've ever released?
You know, recently we broke that J.C. Williams filed from divorce from his wife. We broke the story that Sierra was suing Future. We broke the story that T.I. and Tiny were broke up. Nobody believed us.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that kind of are the more recent ones. I don't know the biggest one. We've been around for a minute. A lot of the lawsuits.
Yeah.
You just broke the story about Janae and Big Sean too.
Yes, that story caused a lot of drama. It's been a lot, thankfully, but it comes with the terror. The longer you're around, the more sources and credibility you have, and the more people trust you with their information.
Yeah.
So that kind of comes with but we've been blessed in that way where we're able to break stories. So that's a blessing.
I definitely commend you, because you've been around for a long time. And, you know, not like that, but I mean like successfully, you know what I'm saying, and doing it right. So we're going to switch to my boy E. We're going to jump on over here. Publicist, TV producer, has his own tour now. You doing the damn thing.
He's a rapper.
God is
You a rapper now?
She's
Let me
lying.
see what you got.
No,
She's lying.
because he's on tour.
All the research you did, you would know.
Oh my God! So you work with people from Keisha Cole to 112. You've been. You name them, they're successful. You've been around for a long time, and you've been putting people who have. It's kind of like you come in and rebrand.
Some people. I can't take credit for everybody.
Not everybody.
Some people don't want to change.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
So who do you think is your favorite person? Like you that
You're trying to get me fired. I don't have a favorite person.
When I say favorite person, like
I'll say
who do you enjoy?
Who am I closest with? I'll say that.
Is that Tammy?
Tammy Romy.
I'm about to say
we're
because
the closest.
You guys are
They're
doing
two peas in a pod.
Yeah, it's just like
In a good way.
We're becoming the same person.
They are,
Really?
yeah.
I find myself being like, come here now, child. I'm talking like an old black lady. I'm like, Tammy, get out of my brain.
So it's Tammy.
Yeah, we're the closest. I think we've worked together the longest at this point. And so like the cool thing about our relationship is that it started as PR and it's kind of like expanded into other areas. So
Right.
we're business partners. Like we produce a couple of shows together. We write together. Anything that she does, I'm a part of it. And so I think definitely she would be the one that I would say is the closest. Not favorite. Like I think they're all. I typically try not to work with people I don't enjoy being around.
Speaking of, put a push pin in that because I remember actually running into you
Put
and
a
I didn't
push
even.
pin.
My mama says that.
I'm very southern. I'm
Yes.
from North Carolina.
I say
I'm
put a
real-
pin, and she says put a push pin.
Put a push pin in it. You
Yeah.
know, you hope you got to remember something. You got to
That's
put a push
funny.
pin in it.
That's funny.
I remember running into you. I was in New York and I was doing some work out there, and I knew who Tammy was, but I didn't know who you were at the time. And y'all was like running off the escalator and then jetting into the black to like a black truck. I was like,
So
you
Hollywood.
Make it sound so cool.
So Hollywood.
Yeah, it was real like whoa, like
And nobody captured that shit?
Right, it was just like, am I the
You know, I'm
only
mad
one
about
who
that.
just seen
This
Tammy
nigga
Roman
said,
just
whoa.
run down the escalator? I was like, who's the guy?
That's
and so I
funny.
went down, I was like,
Who's the
oh,
guy?
yeah, I really did go do my research. I really did. So, in 2018, why is it so important for
Weird shit.
why is it so important for people to have a publicist in this business today?
I think it's important to get you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times like artists want to be mysterious and still have that mystique to them, and so it's cool to have a buffer in between.
Mm-hmm.
And then also people think that having a publicist just means you're going to be on the red carpet, but I think if you want somebody to take you to the next level and brand you, then you kind of need someone to do that for you. And also to facilitate relationships. Because if you're like, all right, you're on the radio, let's say you want to go to another level, you want to move to New York and be in the New York market. You may not know anybody, but then you hire a publicist who has contacts in New York and has contacts in other areas that can help expand your brand. So it's basically, I think, like just having like an addition to your team. Not saying that you're not viable and credible enough to do things on your own, but just having somebody who can help you get everything in order.
What was it about you that allowed people to gravitate to you and say, I like this guy, I want to connect with him?
It's hard for me to say what it was for other people because I think for everybody it's different.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is gonna sound super crazy. I think my physical appearance helps a lot because I think when you think of big people, you think Charlie and they're unassuming and cool. And then you meet me and I'm like, I ain't that type of big nigga.
Right,
You know?
I don't
But
get that.
no, but I think honestly, like early on in my career, I think that people looked at me as like a little brother or like a son. I work with a lot of older women, and they look at me as like a son. And I think the appearance helps a little bit with that. To me, I think.
You said that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think it helps. Has helped. Now I think what gravitates to me, people, I've been able to build up like a cool portfolio of things that I've done. With proven results, and I think now people want to be a part of that, you know?
How did you find your niche? How did you know, like, okay, this is my lane and I'm riding with it?
It found me, honestly. Like Jasmine joked earlier and said, oh, he's a rapper. I really did start rapping as like 15, like 14, 15, I was rapping.
Okay.
And I grew up with like, all these little Hollywood kids, like Kiki Palmer and I were friends when she was before Akilah and the Bee and Quincy and all these different kids, and so everyone was doing acting and music, and so I felt like maybe that's what I should be doing because everybody was doing it. But really, like, I think I said this earlier too, a lot of times we confuse where we start with where we're supposed to stay. And so for me, like, I realized when I was doing the music stuff, like, I found more enjoyment out of trying to get into events and trying to get placements and get my music heard and seen by people, and that's really where the passion lied for me. And so I feel like God put me in that position to like want to be a rapper so that I can be introduced to this element of entertainment, because I don't think I would have found it any other way. And so it's important for me to tell people, like, don't confuse like where you start with where you're supposed to stay, because I could still be right now trying to sell my mixtape outside the gas station knowing damn well I ain't supposed to be rapping, you know. And so that was just like a stepping stone to get me somewhere else.
When you're representing talent, when you're looking at people who you want to work with, how do you choose and say, okay, I want to step in and help this person with their brand, I want to help them get to the next level?
That's a good question, and my answer is extremely profound. The way I decide is, do they have enough money?
Hello?
Okay. I'm like, can you afford it? Can you afford me as a publicist, or can you afford a ticket to the tour? And a lot of times it'd be a ticket to the tour, and then I'm going to teach you how to fish, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to just feeding you. And that's like the funny answer of it, but the real answer of it is like I really want to build things that
coins.
have longevity, and like
That was my next question.
It's
but
longevity because
right.
I feel like the type of person I am, I sacrifice a lot of things, my time mostly.
Oh,
my sleep.
and why you saying that? Let me say this about you, and we don't even know each other. Just through emails, he is so professional and quick, and I can expect the answer within like 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm super.
And most publicists, like, you have to wait around.
Right.
Like,
if you text me, you're gonna wait a couple of days. And I have like hundreds of unread texts. And people are like, what's your number? I'm like, really the best way to get me is through a DM on Instagram because I'm always on there scrolling, seeing. Because you know, I might find my feature in the DM. You know, so I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing what's happening, you know. But to answer your question, like I sacrifice a lot, mainly my time and my sleep, and so I always calculate like, is this worth losing sleep over? You know, because I'm in like the prime of my life as I'm in my 20s, and so I feel like I don't want to look back at 40 and be like, damn, I could have been doing so much more in my 20s on a personal level, but I was chasing behind Gary Coleman's cousin, you know, who now no one even knows who he is, and he gave up on music. So I really want to be a part of people's brands who have longevity and they are of quality.
So how
every now and then, though, 27, and every now and then, you know, I just got a house, so I might need to pay a bill.
Congratulations.
So if you see me running behind Boo Boo the Fool, it's like, come on, I gotta pay a bill.
Just need some extra little money.
I love his house too.
Some little extra little points. I just turned 25 Monday.
Congratulations.
Hey.
You made it.
I listen, I feel like I'm one step out of the grave.
You're a quarter of a century.
My mother tells me the same thing.
Yeah, you are a quarter of a century.
A quarter of a century. Yeah. If you could give advice to your 25-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
I mean, that wasn't that long ago. I would have told myself not to work with one specific person. I won't say the person.
Yeah, I'm about to say, are we name dropping today?
I'm like, this is a waste of time, nigga, you know? But 25 was a good year for me. I don't think I would have changed. I think I'm the same person for the most part now as I was when I was 25. I've always been like an old soul, so I feel like at 25 I was 55, and now I'm like
That's
56.
me too. Everybody always think I'm old. She told me the other day and said I'm the oldest 25-year-old she knows. She's like,
really?
You're the oldest 25-year-old I know. Like, all of my music is like old school.
Well, I ain't older than that way.
Yeah, I'm old.
I still like to walk like a tuck it.
I'm a homebody.
Hey, I'm a homebody too. That's
like,
because I spend so much on the home. I'm like, I can't afford to go nowhere else. We're gonna bring the party to the house.
I'll be trying to leave. He's like, no, drinks here.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, speaking of, y'all look like y'all had a lit party the other night. It was you and Tammy.
Jasmine was there too.
You were there.
I stay off I don't get on the.
Paris was there.
Mia Riley was there. Zell Swag came.
Oh, Tiffany. You know, Tiffany and I actually did a film together.
Tiffany Black.
Yeah, with the big hair. I love her. She's
so fun.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
It was so impromptu. Tammy hates celebrating her birthday. Like, I don't know why. I think Jazz said she hates celebrating her birthday too. But I don't know why. I like celebrating my birthday because I get all kind of gifts, mainly from myself, you know, because I give myself what I want. But so she didn't want to celebrate her birthday, and literally like 2 hours before that party, I'm like, let's just have something at the house. And she's like, all right, So I told everybody it was a surprise, but really she knew about it because she's so like a micromanager. Like, she has to approve everything.
That is exactly how I am. I was like, don't plan it because it's.
She literally walked in. They said, "Oh," she said, "Surprise!" Like, it was like the most lackluster surprise.
It was.
I looked in the kitchen. I'm like, "Oh,
Ernest in the kitchen fried chicken.
Hey, T, come on, girl. We got some drinks in. It's like, girl, first of all, you didn't give nobody no warning. We couldn't even like properly surprise, right?
Yeah,
We didn't even have time to get a gift.
It was super last minute.
That's me.
But it's a testament to how much people love her that it was last minute and everybody
showed up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tammy and speaking of Tiffany, Bonnet Chronicles on Tidal.
Yes.
Huge congratulations.
You got your subscription?
I do.
Okay.
Actually do. What made you go that route with Bonnet Chronicles?
My answer is super profound.
The coins.
Gave us a check.
I'm about to say the coins.
They said, "Hey, we got some money." I said, "Hey, you got some content," you know.
Hello, but that's so smart because everybody loves Tammy doing the Bonnet Chronicles.
Yes.
Yeah. So Tidal came up to us about it because she obviously does amazing numbers on social media.
Yes.
And so we always want to do like a scripted format of it, and so we thought it would be a cool opportunity to like kind of test the market, like with these little webisodes, and hopefully we can bring it to something bigger in the long run.
Where does she? You guys are working on a project with Tammy and Snoop.
Yes.
Are we getting a green light?
Oh, it's already greenlit, and so
Okay.
we're shooting it now. We're gonna syndicate it, and so it's Tammy and Snoop, a late night variety show. We get into it for Rizzle. I'm an executive producer on that, along with Snoop and Tammy and Danica Berry and Jill. And so we're shooting it now, actually, and Snoop wants to be the one to release where it's going to be, so I ain't going to ruin it for him. You know, I'm trying to get in that Snoop Dogg family.
Yeah.
You know? So he'll let us know. He'll be the one to tell everybody where it's going to be, but we are definitely filming it now.
He pulled some major markets, pulled some major numbers with this album that he had.
Yeah, and it's gospel.
And it's gospel. And then with Wendy's comment yesterday, I mean, everybody is up in an uproar. And
I was annoyed by that.
You were annoyed by the comment?
No. Yeah, I was annoyed by the comment, and I was annoyed by like the response that people. Like a lot of people came out and were like, you know, they're legends. Like, you know, you need to respect these people. And then I saw, you know, on Instagram now they have like the top comments, like whoever says what people like it. So one of the comments were like, well, who they ain't did nothing. Like they ain't been around in years. Y'all should have been singing their praises like years ago. And to me, that was annoying.
I put the same thing in my Snap story. I promise you, I'm not lying. I said y'all better have the same support the next time they drop an album.
Yeah, but
y'all better go this hard.
But even if you don't have the same support, like the annoying part to me is like people are so in this. Like, what have you done for me lately thing? When what you've already did was enough. You know, to me, so it's like if you are legendary and you've done legendary things and you won all these awards, like give these people their credit. Like if we're in this generation now where it's like, well, if you didn't do nothing last year, almost like Monique, where it's like, well, Monique, what did you do last year? But it's like, what has Monique done as a whole? Like, judge someone fully to me. And I think like it's unfortunate that we as a people, because I don't see that happening in other cultures, that we as a people are like, well, bitch, you ain't did nothing last year, so you ain't hot no more. It's like we
have a very short attention span.
We have a short attention span, and we're not as respectful as I think we should be to like our legends until they die. Like, had they died yesterday, it'd have been like, oh my God, we've been playing this. The playlist would have been on Tidal, Apple Music
all day.
Right. Yeah, but it's like do that while people are still
living, right? Give people their flowers while they're alive.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like they if you don't turn that shit off.
I'm about to say Freddie O.
I'm sorry.
Who y'all done brought with y'all?
You know who you sound like?
Who?
A little bit.
I don't say like Ricky Smiley.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll take that.
Absolutely.
I'll just take that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I forgot what I was going to say. It's okay. I mean, I'll be ranting about it later. Just
go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch.
So, I also wanted to speak on the project that I think you started with Nikki Gilbert. Was it from the bottom up?
So she created that show,
right?
Queen Latifah, and it's on BET. It was originally on Centric, and so I came in on season 1 as a co-producer. Season 2, a nigga got booked and busy and could not come back, and so now we're in season 3, and the show is doing great. We're on Saturday nights on BET. I believe we have 2 more episodes left in this season, and it's dope because like really like to be a co-producer now I feel like I warrant that title. Like I've done enough to where it's like give me my just due, but at the time I did not warrant that title. I was just hardworking, and Nikki saw something in me along with Flavor Unit and was like, we're gonna give you this title of co-producer, and I was like, really, this is lit. I would have loved to have the co-producer check to go along with the co-producer title, but I took the title anyway, you know. And so for her, like I really appreciate her like seeing something in me and celebrating that and nurturing it and like giving me the space to grow into who I've become. And that's honestly like what we're doing with this tour too. Like there's a lot of people who come and they may not be in the position that they want to be in, but I think that all of us, Jasmine included, like we see, like, you know the song, he saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me? Like I feel like we truly do see the best in everybody that comes. Like all I see is good in you, and all I see is good in the people that come. And so we sow that into them. And so taking it back to from the bottom up, like giving people opportunities like that next level opportunities that you may not necessarily be qualified for in this season.
Yeah.
What they're saying, what Jesus says.
I'm about to say, hold on.
Yeah.
But look, put a push pin in that. Slide back. You may not be qualified in this season. That is so wow.
Yeah, but it's seasonal.
It's seasonal.
You know, and so
you gotta go through it.
Okay, I see you. I see you. I hope you're at the tour on Saturday too, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be in the building.
Perfect.
So
you interviewing, not me.
No. I thought you was finishing out.
No. I was finished with that thought. I was trying to silence this alarm.
Finish out your thought. So, speaking of executive producing, you've done a lot of behind the scene works. What is it gonna take for Ernest to come to the forefront and be in front of the camera?
I am in front of the camera. Hey.
Outside of the tour.
I don't think that's gonna happen because the way I live my life is not made for TV.
Yes, it is actually.
No. Okay, so I take that back. I think I do a lot of creative things and fun things that people would enjoy, but I feel like for me to do my job at the level that I do, like I have to have some sort of mystique. Like I can't be walking Nick Cannon down the carpet and they want to take pictures of me too. Like I'm not here for that. You know, like, I feel like what I say is that I'm not made for TV in that way. Is that I get satisfaction. Like if Jasmine's my client, and I see Jasmine on the cover of Essence. Like to me, I'm looking at both of us on the cover. Yeah. I don't need to physically see my face on the cover of Essence. You know, like I know who I am. I'm very aware of who I am, and I don't
already here.
Yeah, and I don't need and. Yeah, we were saying earlier, like fame is a drug, and people need that validation.
Validation.
I love validation, but I don't need it in that way because with or without the cover, I'm gonna still be the same person. You know what I'm saying? So, TV is a fun thing. Tammy tries to get me to do it all the time. Yesterday, she was like, "Come on, Ern, let's do a road trip show," and I'm like, "I don't want to ride with you. Like, come on, like, I don't want to do that." But I don't know. I might change my mind one day. I'm very fickle in that way. But at this moment, I don't care about that.
It's good to see people who know their lane because somebody would just love to hop on. Oh, Timmy, invite me on this show and just go out there. And
I've been invited on mad shows. I've been invited to be on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, and Hollywood.
I'm sure, but I'm just like I'm just so thankful that you know. It's good to see somebody else who knows their niche and knows their lane and be like, no, I know what I'm good at and I'm sticking with it. Because so many people try to go off course and be somebody who what everybody else wants you to be.
And you gotta know your lane too.
You gotta know your lane.
Honestly, and this is another thing too. Not to shit on anybody who's on TV. I honestly do feel like everyone's on TV. Like maybe because I live in LA, maybe it's not that way in other places, but I do feel like when I scroll like my call log, like everyone is on a show, whether it be like they're on a do-it-yourself home improvement show, a reality show, or fitness. Like everyone's on a show, and everyone is like so accessible, and I don't want to necessarily be accessible in that way. I love curating my own content. Like. That's why I'm like, what's my angles like? Like I like you to see me how I want you to see me, from my POV.
That's so good. Yeah, that's good. I love that. Yeah. So before we get talking about the tour some more, let's get into this Fashion Nova deal. That was huge because Fashion Nova is like huge in the market. So how did you have your hands in the pot with that brand?
Well, the brand has been around way before I came into the picture. Like, I'm fairly new there. I'm going into like my first year there, and so for me. I started my career working with a lot of reality TV personalities. Like people used to call them like the reality TV publicists, and I used to be so annoyed because I'm like, what? But then I would take them on because you know I need the coin. So I'm like, I'm working with Bob Wives this week.
Everybody green, everybody coins ring the same.
Everybody's coins ching ching, you know. And so
ching ching.
Because Fashion Nova has built their brand on a lot of reality star talent via like their influencers and stuff. Like it was a cool fit for me. And my friend called me one day and was like, you know, they're looking for somebody. Like you want to come meet with them. And I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't know nothing about the brand, and I was like, can we do a phone call? Like I hate meetings with people because I feel like everything is far in LA, and I'm like 9 times out of 10 I'm on an Uber instead of drive. Like it's a fee just to meet. Like I can't afford to meet with you. You know, and so I ended up going to meet with them, and I saw their warehouse, and I met everybody. Everyone there is super young and youthful, and so that's really what made me want to work there. And it's like I just love that they don't care. Like they're making their own rules. Like they're a big corporation. They're a big brand. Like we were the top 10 Google fashion brands last year, and we beat out YSL, Moschino, and all these different brands. I think we came in number 4, like under Gucci. And so for them to be like a huge brand like that and be able to compete on that level, like it's so relaxed. Like it's like, do you guys want to work with this person? They're like, sure, let's do it. You want to do this event? Let's do it. They just gave Cardi B a fashion line. And we had been working on that now that it's announced. Like we've been working on that for like since I've been there, like so almost a year. We've been working on that since before she was like a mega star, you know. And so I just like that they just give opportunities to people, and it's like super like, and it's not like FUBU, but I like, you know, they said for us by us, and by for us I mean like millennials and like creatives and young people. Like it's for us by us in that way.
So going into the tour, I'm listening. I'm taking
that
it all.
Pregnant pause. I was like,
I'm listening. I promise you, I'm soaking in and putting it in my file cabinet. Let's go into the tour. What can people expect this weekend here in Atlanta?
They can expect a great time. Here's the thing. I always tell people, at the tours, like when they come, because all right, so here I'm gonna take it back a little bit. I put up an ad on one of the social media sites, and a lot of people are like, oh great, another tour. People are just trying to take our money and get rich, and I was like, bitch, get rich. I said I'm never gonna get rich off selling $50 tickets to a classroom setting of people. Like I only can have so many people there, so what they can expect is an amazing time. Like I said that to say we invest all of our money into this, and all of our resources into it. Like I'm calling on favors, I'm calling on God, I'm calling on all these different people to come and just have an amazing situation, if you will, for these people who come. And so you can expect to get everything that you paid for and more. A lot of people when they come, they're like, you should charge way more for this. Like we're getting so much information, and so. But for me, it's like I want it to be accessible to the people who can't afford, because I couldn't afford a $300 ticket. Like I went to mad workshops. I remember taking a bus from Orange County to LA. It was like 4 hours and like 4 buses, and I couldn't get a seat. I had to like stand up and hold my hand on the shit or whatever, just to get to this workshop. And I got there, and it was a bunch of people just like kind of like spilling off their highlight reel, like I did this and I did that. Any questions? And I'm like, I didn't have the questions. I mean, I couldn't get the answers I wanted because I didn't know the questions to ask. And so for this, like I keep that in mind. And a lot of times, like I start the Q&A off asking questions that I think people want to know, and then I open it up to the floor and let other people ask questions as well and get the information that they really came there for to receive. And so you can expect to see Nick Cannon, you can expect to see Jasmine Brand, Tammy Roman. I have Courtney from The Main Choice there, so if you want to start a product, like she has her product in retail stores. She's a great person to have. Nikki Gilbert come in. Obviously, she went from Brownstone, being signed by Michael Jackson, to having a production company and doing R&B divas and From the Bottom Up and all this stuff with her own money. And so she could teach you how to produce a sizzle reel that sells if you want to do television. I think just everyone there has something that they're gonna be able to give to the audience to take away. And ultimately, I feel like it's a great networking experience as well, because even though you're in the audience, there's a lot of amazing people in the audience as well, who I'm like, damn, you need a publicist? I'll work with you, because like they have great, everyone there I think comes like the right mind and the right heart, and I think that's important when you want to network and build and brand with people.
So for people who do not have their tickets, where can they buy tickets at?
ErnestLivingTour.com, and it's spelled EARNEST, livingtour.com. Or I always jokingly say, like, well, if you can't afford a ticket, slide in my DMs, and I'll see what I can handle up with.
We'll see what we can do, Brad.
I'll see what I can do. Because honestly, like, again, like, a lot of things I've gotten in life, like, I couldn't afford them, and they were things for free. And so a lot of times people will DM and say, oh, I can't afford it, or this is my last money. Do you think it's worth me investing in it? I don't want anybody's last money. Like, if this is your last $100 or your last, keep the $50 and just come. I don't want that pressure on me, And so I'd rather just sow into you.
I'm about to say you deposit into them,
because at the end of the day, you come to me talking about I didn't get what I wanted. She gonna be beating on your ass.
The door. I'll be like, Juice, let her go, Juice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be doing
that. He's not joking. That's the funny thing.
I live for it.
As soon as somebody raise their voice, like I don't know. I don't know.
Juice.
I don't even have to call on her. I'm calling her off of them. I'm like, please, don't do it. I'm like, lower your voice. People are listening, and once they get upset, I can't help you. The family gonna do what the family gonna do.
Hello.
They trained to go. I don't know.
We TTG around this bitch. Hey, I like you, Juice.
I'm like, please, just lower your voice. People are listening.
Yeah, because about 2 seconds she about to come from my.
And I don't know what to do, because that's my family. So when she's swinging, I'm trained to swing too.
Hello.
And you were just trying to get some empowerment and got your ass.
And I'm getting everybody out of jail.
and the footage for the same.
Yeah,
and then we posted it.
Yeah.
The Jasmine Brand.
I'll make your angles.
And now it's everywhere. All right, guys, we're gonna end it right here. Jasmine, Ernest, we thank you guys so much for tuning in, for coming into the show, coming into my little domain box here. Please tell us where we can find you on social media, my love.
You can find me at the Jasmine Brand _ and visit the site thejasminebrands.com.
Ernest, tell us one more time where they can get tickets at for the weekend.
Tickets, ErnestLivingTour.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at ErnDukes, ErnDukes. And I don't follow back, but I answer all DMs.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, don't follow me back. No, show me something first. You got a private page, want me to follow you back?
No, we're not following no private page.
Hell no.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Q with WTNT's 107.7, Q in the Streets.
I love it.